Alright, welcome back for another Lucy, the eternity she wished for. I really like that title. It's really cool. That's loud, actually, for some reason. Alright then. 10 minutes later. The man in question finally shows up. Oh, I forget what voice I would put for him. Dang it. As soon as we lock eyes, the guy makes a beeline towards me and nearly bowls me over as he bleeds. Please let me help Lucy! What kind of screwed up situation is this? It's like he's asking for my daughter's hand in marriage. I shoot back. No, I will not let you marry her. Eh? What are you on about? You hire something? That's my line! What do you think you're doing? The owner takes some time to collect himself. He's just like, oh man, maybe I got a bit carried away, kid. How about I pawn that android off you? Now, why am I not surprised? You want me to sell her? Yeah, I can give you this much. He takes out his calculator and shows me the figures. My mind goes numb for not 5 seconds. Are you serious? Of course. What do you think? Not a bad deal for a student, right? There's a ton of dough even for an adult, even for an adult. With the state this place is in, I don't think he has that kind of capital. He's obviously desperate. I stare at Lucy in silence. This android's frozen like a statue. That face of hers almost looks sad. Like a slave about to be sold off at an auction. Well, maybe that's a bit extreme. He's not about to eat you alive or anything. I turned back to face the repairman. You'd pay this much. Do you really think Lucy is worth that kind of money? Of course! He yells in excitement. Jeez. Deafened, huh? Much? Deafened much? Listen carefully. Any decently priced robot model comes with an AI or module that allows them to mimic human emotions. You know this much, right? Sure. Well, creating such a module is an incredibly complex process. Even then, do you know how well they perform? Compared to a real person, they're still a long ways off. Right. Even cutting edge, their mimicking emotion is ridiculously at best. Sorry. We're still not at a stage where it's considered genuine. You think I'm beginning to see the picture here? Looking back at Lucy, I start to put together what he's trying to tell me. You're a sharp one. Teaching kids pretty well these days. So, you say what I'm saying? Lucy's actually this person disguised as a robot. Lucy is actually a princess under a spell. Lucy is an exceptionally well-made robot. I wouldn't really be surprised if Lucy was an actual person, or like a human soul stuck in a robot. It would make sense. It's actually a princess under a spell. I want to go with the Lucy is actually a person disguised. It just sounds funny. In a nutshell, you're telling me that Lucy is actually a person disguised as a robot. There's someone inside controlling her, right? He's just like, oh, fuck. He seems at a loss for words, and it's probably because he was impressed. I'm joking. You're telling me that Lucy is an exceptional robot that's about as close as it gets to a real person, right? Honestly, I was quite surprised about that as well. I've never seen such a robot that can emulate a real person so well. Even the new models nowadays reveal their flaws after a minute-long conversation. Hey look, my heater's on. I just really noticed that. Here, let me turn it off. Because I feel like it creates like a buffer, a little something in the background that I wouldn't want. So, yeah. Hopefully it's gone now. But I couldn't see anything particularly out of place while chatting with Lucy. It just felt like talking to a real person. Yep. To put it simply, this is a person made out of metal. A human robot. An Iron Maiden. A revolution in the robotics industry. The guy who created Lucy must be a true genius. That aside, good thing he caught himself before calling Lucy a certain power armor wearing superhero. Nobody likes that patent infringement lawsuits. Anyway, if she was such a particular robot, would she really be thrown away like that? I did run into something weird. There's some sort of built-in protection feature that was stopping the robot from working properly. A protection feature? Rings a bell. Something the junk version of Lucy might have mentioned yesterday. Whatever it was, she seems to be doing fine now. And you removed it? Yeah, it wasn't too difficult, since it was just one of those you just put on the display models. I'm just curious as to why they would bother doing such a thing before throwing it away. He appears to be lost in thought. It might mean that the inventor wanted to keep this new technology sealed away from humanity. If not, then maybe. What if there was a serious bug? That's what I thought too. Someone ran some tests but found nothing. It's safe to say that she won't be harming anyone. Why would she ever want to harm people? I'm just saying that she probably obeys the 3 laws of robotics. At least she won't be a threat. The 3 laws of robotics. 1. A robot may not injure a human being, or through inaction allow a human to become into harm. 2. A robot must obey the orders given by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law. 3. A robot must protect its own existence as long as protection does not conflict with the first or second law. These laws enable humans to keep control of robots. They make sure that humans will always have authority over robots. That's how we can avert any catastrophe. I've heard that if a robot ever disobeys one of the laws, it would be immediately shut itself under any circumstances. That's why there aren't any glaring flaws to the system. I shift my focus back to the numbers display on the calculator, glancing at Lucy. I'm reminded of a forlorn puppy, and it's really bothering me. With sudden determination, she approaches me. Ooh. I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to be thrown away, too. What's wrong? She's trying to convince us to just keep her. Oh, that's adorable. Is she not like the repairman or something? Yeah, sand? So what? Come on. Don't play the dense character again. Not right now. I never get tired of seeing Lucy's look so depressed. It seems to satisfy the hidden sadist within me. Wow. Well then, that's another trait to my name. She's really trying to put on a show for me. Essentially, she's a self-advertising product. You don't see that every day. But willing to go this far for me, it'd be too cruel to let her go at this point. I'm not gonna make the deal, so don't worry. Yeah, fuck you, repairman. I'm keeping my Lucy. As I finished my sentence, the looks on their faces were different as night as day. The repairman sulks while Lucy breathes a sigh of relief. Anyway, she's good to go now, right? Here you go. I resignedly fork over the money. All my hard-earned cash. Bitterly, the repairman accepts the payment after a moment's hesitation. She's better. But be careful not to put any strain on her legs for a while. Keep it tight and cut down to the excursions. Sure. So we gotta play piggyback again? Wonderful. She's not too heavy, so I can manage. Thanks for all your help. He's still depressed. God really got it bad. Practically bleeding out over the android. Maybe I'll throw him a bone. Look, we'll do regular checkups. Sound good? Okay, but make sure to treat her well. And don't overwork her too much, alright? See you later, too, Lucy. You can come visit anytime. The look on his face while we go back to Lucy was truly a spectacle. This time, he seemed to be the father seeing his daughter leave with another man. The guy's completely out of it. I definitely made the right choice. Well then. That was nice. Exiting, we head out to the sidewalk. I stop in my tracks. In silence, I kneel down, facing away from Lucy. Hop on. I add an explanation to make sure that she understands. That means you lightly put your arms around my neck and climb onto my back.
Master, ちょっとお聞きしますが。
What is it?
バカだと思っていますか?
Lucy is dumb. I guess I don't really have to worry about being choked to death. I feel the weight gradually shift onto my back. For a robot, she's very light. She was probably measured to weigh as a normal girl. Huh?
どうしましたか?
No, it's nothing. As soon as she climbs onto my back, I can't help but notice a fragment or aroma rising from her body. It's neither too intense nor fleeting. It gently spreads evenly along my nose. It starts a sweet, fruity scent reminiscent of a youthful girl. Yet there's a hint of spice akin to a mature woman. It doesn't fail to stimulate the mind of a teenage boy going through puberty. This is bad. I've never experienced something like this. It didn't happen this morning, but why now? It's probably because of the smell. It wasn't there earlier. Feeling a little faint, I desperately try to get a grasp of the situation.
脈拍が突然上がっています。マスター、どうかされましたか?
No, not really. She's measuring my heart rate? That's not fair. Dang it! I didn't know she had this. I didn't know she had something like that for an android. I feel a bit embarrassed for revealing that I'm a nervous wreck right now. Unable to hold back, I decide to be honest with myself. This smell, what is it?
この匂いですか?
Aww.
女性だから自己管理は徹底しないと。
Hey. She takes out a bottle of perfume amongst many other makeup accessories. Jeez, that guy is scary. Really scary. He's the type of person who'd spend the whole day forging his pet dog into different clothing. If you consider that as animal abuse, then wouldn't this kind of be a robot harassment? Well, I don't know. All this stuff for a robot. What a silly guy. Why are you laughing?
わかりませんが、自然と出てきます。
Had I just been seduced by a robot? Oh, what a great question of the day right now. Well, there goes all my dignity as a human being.
重くないですか?
What are you going on about now? I purposely tried to sound irritated. It doesn't affect her in any way, however.
ルーシーの体、重くないですか?
Oh, look, another choice. Of course you're heavy. You're lighter than I expected. He did say that he was lighter. That she was lighter than he expected. So I'm just gonna go with that. Well, you're lighter than I expected.
本当ですか?
Yeah.
お世辞じゃないですよね。女性を上げて落とすのは良くないですよ。
What? Who would do such a thing? Is that supposed to be funny? Have you been deceived by her all your life? Maybe I was being too rough on her. I didn't think she'd start being so skeptical. Before I ruin her completely, I decided to treat her a little kinder from now on. I hear a small giggle coming from my back. Would a robot really feel that flattered to be called light? I don't know. Humans can't be expected to understand a robot's heart. Oh, okay. Odd music. Soon enough, the streets became immersed with the orange glow of the evening sun. Sun. There we go. The scenery was changing more slowly than usual today. Maybe it was because I've been carrying Lucy on my back. But it's not that a lot of time had passed. Winter was just on its way, as evidenced by these increasingly shorter days. Lucy hasn't said anything for a while. I still glance at her, wondering if she's asleep, but she's not. She appears to be lost in thought, staring at everything in sight. She looks like a child inside a pleasant dream. I can see her eyes sparkling. Is it really that fascinating?
何がですか?
This place.
はい、 素晴らしいと思います。
I can't say if I agree with that. Unlike downtown, there aren't many distractions here to keep us busy. Nor are we near any beautiful landscapes. We're just walking down a plain old street that you can find anywhere. What part of this place do you find yourself marvelous?
すべてです。
Everything?
はい。すべてが素晴らしいです。
Everything.
昔は外出する時も許可が必要でしたから。
Wow, now even more curious to your past life, Lucy. Hey.
外に出てこんな風に散歩する機会は数えるほどしかありませんでした。そうですね。強いて言えばこうして動いている間にも周りの景色が変わっていくのが素晴らしいと思います。ルーシーの知らない風景がまた別の何かに変わっていく姿が、こうしてゆっくり景色を眺められるということが、そういうのがとても不思議に思います。
So Lucy
本
was
当に
okay. You're not
素
done
晴ら
yet.
しいと思います。
So I guess in her pastime, Lucy was equivalent to like a little girl who couldn't go outside, and she just didn't know what the world looked like, or something like that, right? I see. I couldn't relate to the sensation she just described. She's just smiling, regardless. She's like, yeah, whatever. Here's my sad story. Deal with it.
マスター、
Aww. What is it?
本当に申し訳ありません。
What's with you all of a sudden? I'm caught off guard by the unexpected apology. Has she really done anything wrong?
ルーシーが今日迷惑ばかりかけましたよね。申し訳ございません。もともとは落ち着いた性格で、制作段階では他人を理解できる包容力をメインコンセプトにして設計されたのですが、
I found it strange how Lucy was telling me what kind of person she was supposed to be. If anyone other than Lucy had told me the same thing, I'd probably have laughed at them. Anyone but himself would never be able to find out what kind of person he truly is. Sitting in front of a mirror reveals all the flaws of your body. Sitting in front of a person reveals all the flaws in your personality. If you ever want to find out something about yourself, it needs to be reflected back to you by someone else, something else. That is why attempting to describe your own personality is the same as describing what kind of person you actually want to be. It'd just be a bunch of pretentious nonsense. But this is the only case for humans. Lucy is an android. She's not human. Dang. Okay, yeah, third time or more you explained. That is why it doesn't sound strange coming from her.
初めてマスターになる人に巡り会えて嬉しかったん
Her
です。
first one?
久しぶりの起動だったからか騒ぎ立ててしまったこともありますが、
Wow, no, okay, yeah. I'm even more curious to what happened before like she got dumped into the graveyard of death. It was such a natural explanation about how she felt. She was happy to meet her first master, and she was happy to be able to finally move around again. You've never served anyone else before?
はい、マスターが初めてのマスターです。
First. Is that so? So she's a new model that no one has ever touched. That line of thinking sounds dirty, but that's not what I mean.
研究所にいた頃は楽しかったです。そこにいたみんながよくしてくれました。いろいろな話をして、いろいろなことを教わりました。
A lab, did she say? Oh, I'm sure they treated her well because lab experiments they're always treated well. Come on, since when are like guinea pigs not treated well? Come on.
何か面白い答えを出したり、指示された行動をすると、たくさんの人が喜んでくれたんです。特に真面目に貢献した時には、ルーシーは本当に賢いと頭を撫でながら褒めてくださいました。ルーシーはそれがとても嬉しかった。嬉しくて、もっとたくさんのことを学び、もっとたくさん話をしました。そうすればするほど、もっと可愛がってくれたんです。
They were probably just testing her abilities. In my mind, I found the whole scenario unsettling. To Lucy, however, it's a treasured memory of her past. But there's an important question yet to be answered. Then why were you abandoned? I've always been meaning to ask her, but I can't easily bring myself to do so. I ask myself why. Maybe it's because I'm starting to care about this robot's feelings? I shake my head. That's just plain nuts. It's only because she sounds like a real person. It's a dangerous thought. Let's get it out of my head. I blur out the question. Then why were you abandoned? Aww. Lucy goes silent. Nothing is said for a while. The quietness switches into an awkward silence. I start to regret asking the question.
みんなルーシーのことが嫌いになったのだと思います。
With those words, Lucy finally breaks the
い
silence.
つからかみんなルーシーに笑いかけなくなりました。みんなルーシーを褒めてくれなくなりました。みんなルーシーのメインシステムを起動してくれなくなりました。予備電力で時間が経つのだけは感知できました。何もできないままただ時間だけが過ぎていく感覚だけを感じ、そしてある日
Then Lucy goes silent once more. Then one day she found herself left in the dust. That's probably what she wanted to say. Maybe they didn't like something about her, or they found a significant flaw within her design. But I don't like the fact that they just tossed her aside after giving her so much love and attention. Aren't they being too inconsiderate? A small rage boils inside of me, directed at those cruel researchers with no sense of responsibility. When I regain my senses after a few seconds, I become surprised at how angry I was. What was I thinking? They were just throwing away a failed experiment. The object on my back is nothing more than an impressive fake. She's not real. She's not a living creature. It's only natural that useless machinery is thrown away. There's no need for me to be so angry.
マスター、また脈拍が上がっています。どうかしましたか？
That's nothing. And stop measuring that all the time.
でも自動で体温を測るようプログラムされています。
Then it's an order. I ordered you not to measure anything from now on.
命令ですか？それでは仕方ありませんね。
There's another silence, but this time it's not an unpleasant one.
ですからマスターにはとても感謝しています。
I just can't seem to figure out this robot's train of thought. What?
捨てられてどのくらいの時が流れたのかわかりません。でもルーシーにとっては永遠にも等しい時間でした。周りは暗闇で人の気配など全くなくて、とても暗くてとても静かで、そんな中マスターの声が聞こえました。
Oh, I'm guessing that's my voice. I don't remember talking to you like that.
それでもルーシーにとってはまるで天使のささやきのようでした。
Cause when you were on the graveyard, you're like, oh man, look at this pile of trash. Oh wait, let me just take it with me real fast. Okay, yeah, that's kind of how it went.
何もない暗闇の中に初めて一筋の光が差したのです。ルーシーに何度も声をかけてくれました。
Dang, this has got man, this whole episode's just been dramatic. You're overreacting. She's definitely going overboard with this. I just happened to notice her while casually passing by, the graveyard of death. Like graveyard, I don't know why I keep saying graveyard. The trash bin of
マスター
graveyard.
に気づいてもらえるよう必死でした。残りの力を振り絞って、そしたら今まで動かなかった腕が動いたのです。
There were only a few words which didn't contain any significant meaning, and it was only on a moment's whim that I'd taken her home. But I was surprised that those simple actions were just a big help to the robot.
ルーシーに手を差し伸べてくれたこと、本当に感謝しています。
Being able to say the most embarrassing things without hesitation. I guess that's one of the advantages of being a robot. I can feel my face beginning to flush. I quickly duck in order to hide my embarrassment. Shut up. I want to make you pay for what you're worth, so you better be ready for it.
はい、マスター。覚悟しておきます。
What's so funny? Why do you keep laughing like that? It's screaming me out.
わかりません。さっきから笑いが自然とこみ上げてくるんです。故障みたいです。
Maybe it's a malfunction. She just laughs. Oh no, I murdered someone. Oh. Lucy quietly rests her cheeks against my shoulder. The sensation of her soft skin causing me to flinch. She feels very much different compared to this morning. It feels like as if I'm carrying a real person in my bag instead of a robot. I start to wonder what could be causing this difference in perception. Was it a placebo effect? Or had something really changed since this morning? If something really did change, was it me? Or the robot? Dun dun dun. Okay, whatever. I continued to ponder over the question on the way home, but I never managed to come up with an answer. Dang. Wow. This is a good, okay, more 3 laws of robotics. This is gonna come in, like, I feel like this is gonna come in, like, just gonna, like, one day this is gonna be important. I know that for sure, because they keep repeating this. This is one day it's gonna be important, that's for sure. Alright, so this is gonna be the end of part 4. Ooh, October 13th. You. Dun dun dun. Alright. Alright. So this is gonna be the end of the 4th episode, I believe. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.